So I started looking around. And as a scientist, the first place I wanted to go was, all right, what does science say about happiness? What does it do? And I discovered a book called Authentic Happiness, Carol and I were talking about earlier. And this is Martin Seligman. Martin Seligman was the head of the American Psychological Association back in 1998. He was the president, and he said, we have spent 100 years studying what's broken in psychology and in people, all right? People that are significant depression, anxiety disorders, etc. We study them and we figure out how do we get them up to some functional level so they can get by. And we spend billions and billions of dollars trying to answer that question. Well, Martin said, why don't we also study the top 10% of people who are really happy and engaged and living lives of meaning? The ones that are the good life, as Aristotle called it. Like, let's figure out those people, let's study them, see what their secrets are, and see if we can use something for the rest of us to buoy us up. And that message really took off. All of a sudden, a lot of top researchers were like, you're right. Like, we're making a lot of success. We're not going to ignore helping people up, right? But let's put some resources. Let's apply for some grants that then look at how do we then bring everybody up instead of just fixing what's broken. How do we thrive and go for the good life? And so he started talking to people, announcing it, talking about it, and he started getting a lot of top research institutions. Some very well-established researchers that said, yes, I want to send a few people over there. I want to do some research over there. Other young researchers coming up said, that's what I want to dedicate my life to. And that was back in 1998. And now, 15 years later, we have got a huge treasure trove of information from the science, from the scientific basis. So I call it evidence-based happiness. You can check things out, you can study them and then see what they do and test them in a regular population and see if it works or not from a scientific perspective. And it's beautiful. And now we have, every research institution has some level of positive psychology. It's not just psychology either. Neuroscience, really close collaborations. A lot of stuff about the brain. Social scientists, we can't really just study one person. We also have to study society. And so they have wonderful data. There's a wonderful database, and it's continuing to get expanded. So really, I want to give you an update of what we know now and some other areas that we might be working on so we can see how to continue to apply it to our workplaces and to our personal lives.